Hey everyone, it's Katie. I hope you're doing great. I am doing a few videos for you this week on Halloween because it is that time of year. And I know for lots of people, this can produce a lot of fear or old programming, especially if you were told that Halloween was a time when demons were going to be roaming free and out to get you. So in this video, I want to clear up exactly what this time of year is, how you can actually sink into it and maybe even enjoy it a little bit. And then we will talk about the veil between this world and the spirit world, which is actually what this time of year is all about. So Halloween is a new name. All Hallows Eve is what it actually means. But the old festival that still goes on, the old festival where it originated is a Celtic festival, and it's called Samhain. I'm going to spell that for you. Samhain. I know for English speakers and spelling, it doesn't seem to match, but just trust me on this one. You pronounce it Samhain. And this is actually marking a time of year, the transition between fall and winter. So for the Celtic year, November 1st is the first day of winter, and Samhain is the festival that marks that. So gathering the very, very last of the harvest, preparing for the long winter that is ahead. And this is a time when ancient people, the Celts, but actually other people too around the world, recognize that the veil is very thin. And so what is that veil? It is the veil that separates us from the spirit world. Now, we know as Christians, we're never really separate from the spirit world. We're always excited about our encounters with angels, with spirits like Mother Mary, with the cloud of witnesses, with loved ones who have departed before us. But this time of year, that activity is a lot higher. So most of the time, we walk around here on planet Earth with that veil being a lot thicker. And it's not that we can't access it, that there's no activity between the spirit world and our world, but we're able to live our daily lives. We're able to drive to work, do the laundry, do the dishes, and all of that, usually without being too disrupted. But this time of year, that veil is thinner. Now, I don't know why it's thinner. I'm not sure anyone actually knows why it's thinner, but we just know that it is. And it might have something to do with the transition of seasons. I'd be very curious for those of you that live in the Southern Hemisphere where you're actually transitioning into summer, if the veil feels thinner to you. Maybe it appears in a different way. So this is a very Northern Hemisphere lesson. But the veil gets thinner, and so there is more activity. You might have more experiences like mediumship experiences. You might have more experiences where departed loved ones, where you feel their presence. And you might have more experiences just of the spirit world in general, of all kinds of energy. And it's not that there's more activity, it's that we're more attuned to the activity. So that veil thins, and then we're able to perceive some of that activity and feel some of that activity more and more. So this is not evil. It's not good. It's just activity. It's just energy. It's energy that is out there. Any protections that you would normally use, that you would put into place, go ahead and put into place. Any kind of contact that you normally would make with departed loved ones, with benevolent angelic beings, go ahead and make. It is also an excellent time of year to turn inward, to take stock of your intentions, of where you want to be going, what you want to be doing with your life, with your metaphysical life as well. And as metaphysical Christians, we're aware that there's a spirit world around us all of the time. This is simply a time of year where you can lean into that energy just a little bit more. And this is something that I love to help people do, and that I love to help people navigate in their own journey. So they can do that without fear, without shame, without guilt, with none of that. Now, Halloween, especially in the United States, has been turned into a kind of a party. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's any kind of festival is a time for celebration. And costumes and candy corns, all of that, it's all good. Do it, have fun. There's nothing to be scared of. But it's also a time for you to explore your own inner journey. So all the candy, the festivities, the parties, the costumes, those are all wonderful, but also let those propel you into a time of inner exploration. We live on planet Earth where there's these seasons, and these seasons enable us to access the spirit world in many different ways. So this is one of the ways where you're able to sense maybe some of that activity. You're able to lean into some of that activity and let that activity infuse you in such a way that it is helping you set your intentions and propel you forward for the rest of the year. So that's what the veil is. In the New Testament, the word apocalypse simply means to have the veil lifted. So in some ways, this is a really positive, like mini apocalypse time of year where the veil is lifted for us, so we don't have to work quite so hard to sense some of that spirit activity. So let me know any questions that you have. I'm going to be continuing this series. You're going to get videos every day between now and November 1st, which is the day after Halloween. And of course, for us, that is All Saints Day. And so there's lots of activity going on. I can't wait to dive more into this. Let me know any questions you have and reach out to me via private message if there's any way that I can serve you right now. Talk to you soon.